Hi everyone, I am Sandra. Welcome. I'm a mom who's been touched by addiction. I actually lost my son. It's coming on a year in July. I can't believe it. And this is Luke, who has been in recovery for over 2 years. He is an advocate for addiction and mental health. He is now giving back. And that's part of your recovery, right?
Yes.
Yes. And so today we are going to talk about control and the illusion of control. As a loved one and someone who was a user, we're going to compare notes and help hopefully support those out there that are in that situation when they're dealing with somebody with a substance use disorder.
Yeah.
I know for me, at the beginning of Ben's addiction, I used to think I was delusional. I used to think I could control him, that if I did this, he would go to treatment. If I did this, he would do this. If I, he can, I thought I can control his every move. I would ask questions. Where are you going? What's happening? All of that insanity. Where did it get me? I was exhausted. I couldn't control it. I learned that I had no control and I can't compete with that addiction monster. Once I let go of control and I stopped asking questions, that's when Ben started sharing his story. He started talking to me. We were able to mend our relationship. That's my experience with control. It's insane with the thought of me being able to control somebody else.
Yes.
And one thing I've learned, I don't know about you, but I learned the only thing I can control is me. My actions, my reactions. That's all I can control.
Yeah.
Now, you were Ben. Using.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm sure your parents probably tried to control you.
For sure.
You must have experience with that.
Yes. Yeah. For sure. Right. Like everything you mentioned that you would do. Right. My own mom and dad would try and do it. Especially my mom. I was her baby boy. I was the baby in the family. And obviously somebody who carried me for 9 months and raised me, she, always had my back. And when the addiction took over and alcoholism, she would ask questions, be, trying to, my mom would like leave the house and try and find me places and stuff like that. And for me, in my experience, it's like, in the time I was in when this was going on, it's like you're trying to take away and control the one thing, because they want, in their lenses, they want their baby boy to get help and be the way I once
we want
was,
to fix
right?
you. We want to fix you.
And well, you're trying to take away my only solution to what's going on inside, and so that's where I start getting resentful. I'm trying to lie so I don't get the reactions that you get. And like gaslighting my mom or my dad and making them feel like maybe they're right or they're wrong. And the more and more my mom was on top of me, the more and more I pushed away. And the more I got aggressive and angry with her. And,
So her control did the opposite of what she wanted to do.
Yes.
She wanted to control you and change you, but instead it pushed you away.
Yes.
You didn't want to deal with it. I don't want to hear you. Don't tell me what to do. And generally in life, people don't like to be told what to do.
Yes.
You add addiction in that mix, it gets insane.
Because you're the enemy when you're trying to fix.
Yeah,
right?
I'm trying to fix you. You need help.
You become like the enemy of me. Yeah.
Yeah, and I found that when I tried to control, like when Ben had to go to court, I got it so that he went to the mental health diversion program. He also didn't deal with the consequences. So control, you may think you're helping, but instead we're doing the opposite. First of all, I believe that I kept him in his addiction longer when I fixed things, because then he didn't have to deal with any of the consequences.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
So it's like, I thought that if I controlled it, that meant that I loved him. But that love is fear-driven, because you're trying to protect.
Yes, yeah.
Right? And so looking back, I couldn't change what he was doing. And I got to tell you, I felt healthier when I let the control go. The day I realized that I couldn't control Ben was the day when I could breathe better. I wasn't rolled up in a corner, because now I kind of like left it in his court.
Yes.
It is the hardest thing to do as a mom, because as a mom, we're supposed to take care and fix you. And addiction is a hard one to fix.
Yeah.
Could your mom fix you by controlling you?
My mom couldn't. My dad, the look of my nieces and nephews, nobody.
Right? And we talked about expectations. Me controlling made me have expectations that I could fix you.
Yeah.
And what do we say about expectations, right?
They can lead to resentments, let down,
right?
Because it didn't come through. The expectation didn't come through, and you're disappointed. Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So I find that when I let go of control, I then had the hope that there'd be recovery down the line.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it, but I had hope. I had to get to the place of acceptance. I had to accept that this is where Ben was at. I didn't have to like it. In fact, I hated it. It was horrible living with it. But I accepted where he was at, and that he was sick, and I couldn't control it. And when I let go of that control, it changed everything. What's that saying? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Yeah, right? Because, it's going to work this time.
Exactly.
It's going to work this time with going like that. Yeah.
Well, it didn't work.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to stop the insanity. And I stopped the insanity by letting go of control. I showed my love and support. It didn't mean I didn't love him, letting go of control. Because I think there's that illusion that, okay, if I let go of control, then I'm letting go of him completely.
Exactly. And here's the thing, because we talked about boundaries, right? And I've shared this recently, is I had no consequences either, because I don't think I'm not a parent yet, but I don't think my mom and dad got a book when I was born saying, if this happens to your kid, this is how
what page is that on?
ABC it, right? And so there was a lot of times I got bailed out of things. So it's like I was, oh my God, I'm in trouble. It's getting bad. And then somehow from them trying to help me out, it's like it eased the consequences. And I got this thing where it tends to forget how bad it is.
Right.
And it's, oh no, it's not that big of a problem. I can handle this. And it was when my mom finally, when I was in jail, first hearing her and her voice being like, I can't do this anymore. And some people would maybe be like, how could your mom leave you in jail knowing what could happen in there? It's like she was so exhausted and done. And I needed to get to a point where it's like I had nobody to call. And it led to a place, thank God I'm alive today. I was suicidal. I was looking for fentanyl in jail, and I had a moment where I came out of that. But finally, it was a consequence where my mom was starting to set a boundary no matter how hard that was. And I think that kick-started me to be like, man, I've got myself here, and I need to do some work to get out of it and get the help I need. Yeah. Because
up until that point, you probably felt that you had your mom under your thumb. You can control her. You can gaslight her. You can get what you want.
Sorry, I won't do this again. Sorry. I swear I won't do this again.
Exactly.
I won't do this again.
And that's all we want to hear. But we want to believe you. We want to believe you. But when it happens enough times, it's like, well, okay. And I used to say this to Ben, actions speak louder than words. And I used to say that so much that he would start saying, I know, actions speak louder than words. So I'm here to tell you as a parent, like, they hear you. Like, you probably heard your mom. You keep adding those things, plant those seeds. They eventually germinate.
And some of the times when I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that again. I'll get the help. You could have hooked me up to a lie detector test.
You would have passed.
And in that moment, I probably would have passed. But then the consequence got taken away. And then all of a sudden, I'm living with my own mind again. No solution, no program. And it's like, hey, it wasn't that bad. And I feel comfortable.
Exactly.
And let's go use again or drink again, right?
So true. And I used to say that to, like, Ben would, like, be adamant. And I'm thinking, like, hook them up to a lie detector test. Like, that's how much you believe. But that's part of the sickness. And that's what loved ones need to understand. It's not like you're doing it on purpose. You were sick.
No.
You were sick.
No.
And now, thankfully, you're healthy. You're working a program. You're giving back. I know for me, giving back has really helped heal me. I just want to say that you can still hold love, hope, and boundaries even when you release control.
Yes.
Control is an illusion. Control doesn't mean that you could fix it. We do that out of fear.
Mm-hmm.
So you could still love and support your loved one.
While putting your oxygen mask on first.
Put it
before
on.
we can put it on to the loved one. Yeah.
And you're not alone. You're not alone. We see you. We feel you. I will hook up resources below in the description. And just know, where there is breath,
there is hope.
Yes. Peace.
Peace.
Take care, everybody.
Take care, guys.